Welcome back everybody, Matt the Man here, hope you're doing well. So this weekend we had the new Superman movie come out. This is the start of the new DCU under James Gunn, who previously did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies for Netflix, not Netflix, Disney, Marvel. He also did the Suicide Squad 2 in 2021 for Warner Brothers, DC. And obviously, this is Superman, one of the cornerstones of comic book movies. The character that was first really brought to life on the big screen in the original Superman the movie in 1978 with Christopher Reeve. Then they tried to reboot, sequelize with Superman Returns in 2006, which will be 20 years old next year. And then they tried to reboot again in 2013 with Man of Steel, with Henry Cavill. And I'm a fan of Superman. He's a fan of the Superman. Now, obviously he's not my favorite. That's Batman, then Spider-Man. And then I would probably say Superman. I grew up watching Smallville. When it ran, I started watching that the second season, and I never stopped until the series finale in 2011. So between watching Smallville, also the first Superman movie I saw in the theater was Superman Returns back in 2006. So anyway, I've been a fan of the Superman. And I'll be looking forward to this new one. Can this be the movie that really brings the DCU, somewhere? I thought they were going to do that with Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. It's my favorite movie on that DCU. But they never did the smart move. But here we are, 2025, new Superman. We got David Cornsweet as Clark Kent / Superman. We got Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. And we got Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Mr. Luthor. So let's get into it. James Gunn directed it, wrote the script. Like I said, I like the Guardians movies that he did, all three of them. And then maybe he'll bring, not that Superman needs to be as funny as those movies, and not supposed to be, but I'm interested to see what he does. So let's get into it. Positives. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. To me, he's the best part of this movie. I thought this is a different Lex Luthor than the Gene Hackman or the Kevin Spacey. And we don't even talk about Jesse Eisenberg. That doesn't exist. This Lex Luthor is evil, evil, evil. We have never seen a Lex Luthor like this. He works with the politicians behind closed doors. He doesn't care about anybody. And they like Superman, he'll kill him, no matter what. This is a straight up madman, Lex Luthor. He's not the jokingly funny, comedic Lex Luthor like Gene Hackman or even like Kevin Spacey. No, this is a full-fledged evil Lex Luthor. And Nicholas Hoult is awesome in the role. As soon as they announced him as Lex Luthor, I was like, that is a brilliant choice. And this guy tried out for Batman for the Robert Pattinson movies. He didn't get it. He tried out for Superman. They're like, no, I don't think you'll work as Superman. We'll make you Lex Luthor. Genius. And this guy's been around for a long time. You go all the way back to 2002, About a Boy. Then he's already done the whole superhero thing. He was in all the X-Men movies since X-Men First Class, playing Hank McCoy. And he was good. They underused him, but he worked in the role. And I liked him in everything else he's done. Warm Bodies, last year in Nosferatu, Juror Number 2. And to see him now take on such an iconic villain as Lex Luthor is brilliant. David Cornswet. Even though he's not my favorite Superman, that would be that guy right over there, Henry Cavill. Yeah, hey. He is my Superman. To me, Henry Cavill embodying Superman. You look at Henry Cavill and you go, yes. But David Cornswet brings more of that levity to Superman. He definitely is channeling that Christopher Reeve, oh shucks, comedic, a little bit more fun, light-hearted, uplifting Superman. He's a Superman of the people, humanity toward to him. This is a Superman that will save a squirrel. No joke. A squirrel. If the way he interacted with Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, they had great chemistry, and they worked great together. How he interacts with Krypto, the dog, great. A dog's best friend. A man's best friend. Doggo. But he also showed he can get angry, like during the interview with Lois Lane. He gets a little aggravated and angry. So I like seeing that side. To me, it made him more human, if you will. Even though he's doing the oh shucks, gosh darn gee whiz, I need to go save that squirrel. We also still get a human character that doesn't mind going a little, off, getting a little bit angry. But, he looks good in the suit. I bet he has great chemistry with Rachel Brosnahan. And then speaking of Rachel Brosnahan, to me, she is the embodiment of Lois Lane. She actually reminded me of a younger Margot Kidder, the original Lois Lane from the Christopher Reeve movies. If someone were to say to me, oh yeah, that's a younger Margot Kidder, I would have been like, yeah, I believe you. She really embodies the Lois Lane character. I like Amy Adams in Man of Steel, but after Man of Steel, they really didn't do anything with the Lois Lane character. In, a little bit in Batman v Superman at the beginning, but then in like Justice League, Batman doesn't do anything in that movie. But they really ended up slowly underusing Amy Adams. And here, we get that Lois that goes after the story, but we also have some great scenes with her and Clark, Superman. Whether it's during the interview sequence, whether it's the one with the alien outside the window, whether it's near the end of the movie. You just see, yes, these are two people that have great chemistry, and they belong. Lois and Clark. You believe it. Mr. Terrific is the one that stole the show out of Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl. He has probably the most screen time out of them. He's funny, he's serious, and the actor was also in X-Men First Class with Nicholas Hoult all the way back in the day. He was Darwin, and he was in the first Twilight movie. So he's been around for a while. I think now he's finally getting his moment to really shine. And I said, he does a great job in the film. Crypto! You know, I was also one of those people like, are you really going to bring the dog in the first movie? And I thought, oh, he was going to be annoying. And, I mean, he's annoying. He's a dog. Dogs can be annoying sometimes. Trust me, I know. I had one. She was annoying. But what I like about it is, it's a dog. Even though he can fly and stuff, he still acts like a dog. You know, biting Superman's cape, or when he's trying to walk out of the Fortress of Solitude, the dog starts biting at his ankles. That's what my dog used to do. If she didn't get her way, bite the ankles. And go after stuff she's not supposed to. Yep. So the dog worked, and the CGI on the dog looked great. I never thought, oh, you can really, I don't know. No, the movie is well paced. 2-hour movie. I thought it flew by, no pun intended. Fly by. Superman. Yeah. The pacing worked. And some of the individual themes, like the interview with Lois at the beginning of the movie, it worked on just seeing how they interact. It really showed what the conflict is in the movie, or what's going to propel the rest of the film. The scene with the parents at the Kent farm, great. You look at these actors that they pick for the parents, they're not your Kevin Costners like in Man of Steel. I love Kevin Costner in Man of Steel. Perfect choice. But these are more character actors when you don't really know them that well. And the way they talk, you literally would think they went to Kansas and found a farm and said, you two, we want you to be in our Superman movie. Okay. Do you know how to act? No. That's okay. Just be you. And it's so authentic and so realistic and real. I mean, and the dialogue between Pa Kent and Clark on the little soup, great. The speech at the end by Clark, Superman, to Lex Luthor about he's as human as anybody else, great. I mean, that's probably that's what won me over for the Superman. Even though he's still not Henry Cavill level. But that speech at the end he gives was like, okay, you gotta get my negatives in the movie. Tone. In the movie, to me, the tones are very off. I think you get a lot of humor in this movie, but then you get a lot of dark moments. A lot of dark stuff. Not to mention there's a lot of language in this movie. That I don't know if you want your kid repeating. Like, even Supergirl, we see Supergirl in the movie, she says a really bad cuss word. Some of the other, the Justice League members say cuss words. I think even Superman cusses at one point. And it's like, then we have Lex Luthor killing somebody, and it's like, whoa. Well, again, what kind of movie are we making? But then we got Crypto, the dog, all fun and, funny and being a dog. And you got Kaiju, and it's like, and you got other things going on. You're like, now what kind of movie is this? What kind of tone is this? I just feel it was all over. Not to mention also just in general, like, instead of feeling like a movie, like a full through, it felt like, oh, we gotta have a scene with the Hammer of Boromir. Oh, we gotta have a scene of kaiju. Oh, we gotta have a scene of this whole pocket universe thing. No, it would almost feel like more of a collection of themes than a full through line, if you will. And, I think I know what the main theme of the movie is about parents. And I love how I opened with that and ended with that. I'll just leave it at that. You got that? Also, too many characters, I thought. We have characters in this movie that you know, why are they in the movie? Like Hawk Girl, Isabel Merced. I like her. She's a great actress. But she does practically nothing in the movie. She has one standout moment at the very end, and that is it. Perry White, Wendell Pierce. He only has one scene in the movie. Why do we need Perry White? And then we have this girl, who works at the Daily Planet. And like, Cat something? Why is she in the movie? One reason. Let's show as much cleavage as possible. I might be surprised in this day and age with not showing a woman and really, especially in a comic book movie. I was like, what is the point of her character? To show her cleavage. Yeah, we got that. We got that alright. That's all she does. Okay, so James Gunn, what was the direction you gave her in the movie? Just unbutton that button right there, yep, one more down, yep, that's great. Yeah, we can see them. Alright, cool. Alright, action. I mean, really, like, what was the point of her character except you should have named her character cleavage. Then you got like people on Lex Luthor's side. Like really near the end of the movie they drop the name Otis, one of the people in this like control center. And I'm like, oh, now you drop his name. 2 hours later. No, and I say that because I wanted more scenes with Lex Luthor as Superman. I wanted more scenes with Lois and Clark. We only have one scene with Clark at the Daily Planet. One. Oh no! Now some people might be saying, well Matt, in Man of Steel, we had no scene with Clark at the Daily Planet, except really the final scene where he goes to start his first day on the job. Yes. But that was intentional. He wasn't working for the Daily Planet yet. In this movie, he is. And we only get one scene. I think even the Kents, we get that one scene at the Kent farm. That's it. So, I think you gotta minimize the characters in order to have the ones that we do have more scenes. Also, there's a little bit of a nitpick. But what is the motivation of Lex Luthor other than I hate Superman? And I think that's where this movie is missing. This movie is 3 years. He's been Superman for 3 years. So we don't want to do an origin, because we've already done that. But why does Lex Luthor hate Superman so much? We don't know. And I think that needed to be, I think Nicholas Hoult does a great job. But once again, like, why does he hate Superman? Because he does? Alright. If I hated someone would be like, well, why do you hate him so much? What's the reason? There's gotta be a reason. You can't just hate someone just to hate someone. And I thought, yeah, you know what? We don't really know why Lex Luthor hates Superman. Now, Well, in the comics, what is it? Is in the comics. It's a brand new movie, brand new universe. Yeah, but in Man of Steel, well, there was no Lex Luthor in Man of Steel. Well, in Superman Returns, that's a different Superman movie. Why does Lex Luthor hate Superman in this movie? Well, don't know. I think that would be good to have some sort of scene at the very beginning of the movie, just to show that, 3 years ago, boom. Maybe he didn't save his father, Lionel Luthor. Maybe he's the reason why he's bald. I don't know. Maybe he was gonna go work for the Daily Planet, and the person that was gonna give him the job died during a Superman incident. I don't know. I want to know. Other than that, this is a good Superman movie. I don't think it's a bad Superman. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's great like people are saying. I don't think it's as good as Man of Steel. I'm sorry. It ain't. I don't think it's as good as the original Superman. No. And I like Superman Returns. So, it's still a good movie. But once again, just because it's a good movie, we'll have to see what happens in the future. Man of Steel was good, but, that never got a sequel. So we'll see. So I'll give this at least a 4.3 out of 5. Well, let me know, what did you think of Superman? Did you like the movie? Did you not like the movie? Is this one of your favorite Superman movies? Is it top? Is it on the bottom? Or is it right in the middle? What do you think of David Cornsweet? You think he's up for the task? The Big Blue Boy Scout? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, eyes up here. Matt the Matt here. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Matt the Matt.